I've done a lot of strange things during my career. For a few years, I was very actively engaged in competitive ocean racing of yachts. I got to go places I never would have otherwise seen.
C. Grant Willson taught high school chemistry while crewing on people's yachts. But one day, he was forced to face his future, a future that would be large in the world of micro-small.
One of the goals of the microelectronics industry for decades has been to continuously reduce the size of the individual features in these devices, which allows them to function faster and to be manufactured at lower cost. Light is a powerful force in chemistry. The materials that we developed allowed us to use a shorter wavelength of light to print the images, which it turns out that the shorter the wavelength of the light, the smaller is the structure that you can print. So we had to develop new materials that were compatible with the exposure at that shorter wavelength and therefore could enable this whole shrinkage phenomenon to continue. It was a matter of a few years before we saw it used in manufacturing. Tremendously exciting thing to see material from your laboratory being used in the manufacturing of product for profit. It was tremendously exciting.
Today at the University of Texas, Willson is still working on imaging.
We are trying to press forward the resolution capability of these materials and provide processes and materials that will enable the semiconductor industry to print ever smaller structures. I teach almost only undergraduate classes so that I can harvest these kids and put them into a research lab and get them excited about research. One of the people who I was helping race his boat, his name is Willson, he and his wife took me aside one day and told me that I needed to go back to school, and they would support it. And they did. The proviso was that I was never to tell anyone. But at some stage, I decided that I was going to break that promise, so I did. And I'm proud to tell that story here.